broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is your day. That means you get a tablet and you get a pen. What you need to do is write everything I have to say that means something to you. Get it here. See, everybody has a goal. Everybody has a dream. Problem is, most people, they don't know the rules and tools, the steps, how to get there. And they kind of guess, or they ask their friends and family. Sorry, I don't care about anybody's opinion. I care about facts. How I got to my first million at 14 and a half. All right, literally, it was fun. 2.6 billion at 26 through corporate structure. So maybe today I'll show you to get that $100 million building, maybe $1 million Lamborghini. But you got to pay attention to write things down because this is live. My name is Ray Reynolds. I'm the godfather of credit. Let's learn to play. No pictures, no recording. Write it down, put it here. Goal is simple. I'm online 6 days a week, and these are things I obtained, not little clip art kind of stuff. I want you to get the real stuff. The Ray Reynolds Financial Services. I want to repackage your whole life. I want you to do it my way to get to millionaire, but I want you to follow along. This year, reach all your goals. Literally, start running, making every day count. As we do this, look behind the curtain how things work. Most people, they just like to pay other people and they get disappointed and they don't know what really is going to happen. Today it's simple, 750 score. That's what it's going to take to get a $100 million building, all right, $1 million Lamborghini, $5 million mansion, and a race boat too. You see, your goal is simple, learning how to play the game and learning to win. But it's going to be up to you. Now the 100,000 got to build you up first. That means I have to repackage you. Once we get past that 100,000, it's not hard to get to the million. You see all the things you see in front of you, there are divisions. We'll go into that process too. The ultimate goal about divisions. Oh, me, I wouldn't start a business ever. Ever, unless I had divisions. You see, I can't back myself in a corner. I can't hurt my family. Now, if you allow me to add you to my credit system, I can rebuild you so you get your $5 million mansion. You see, I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarborough, security chief at TRW Spearing years ago. TRW stood for Thou Reports Wrong. Thomas Raymond Woolridge made bicycle parts. You know what happens? To get that $5 million mansion, there's things you need to do. But if you allow me to do one thing for you, I'll show you how to get the American dream. I have everything I've ever wanted by the time I was 26 and retired. From there, I understand today, I'd like you to let me analyze you and basically tell you what you need to do. All right, if you do exactly what I ask you to do, guess what we get to do? Get a 750 plus. So the bottom line, if you're a customer or not a customer, it's okay. I'm online 6 days a week. See, I have no excuses, but neither do you. The difference with this is learning how to play the game. Ultimate goal is very simple. Become a certified CFO. That means a title, but with rules and tools and knowledge. 1,000 steps to millionaire. The ultimate goal. My legacy, I want it to be the Ray Reynolds University. From there, in most programs that I do with you, I want to offer you basically personal business credit up to times 10. You see, when I retired at 26 and I brought in 2.6 billion in structure through corporation, I wanted to do it for free for everybody. No one wanted to play with me, so they had to get skin in the game. So whatever you invest in, usually I'm going to give you basically up to 100% to times 10 your money back through personal business credit. Don't worry, nobody does what I do on the planet, and they sure in the hell don't give you back your money through personal business credit. Now draw the diagram in front of you. Simple. Here's the thing. You have to think, no matter what city or state you're in today, look around you. What happens? Here's a grocery store, here's a bank, here's a city. They're corporations. So what happens next? They shut down locations. So if a corporation does business and they sue it, they sue you. That's called silly and dumb. Next, if you have a corporation as a management company, you learn to play like the banks and grocery stores in the cities and rich and famous people do. Bank of America has bankrupt over 5,000 locations so far. The bottom line is they get a tax credit, so is Chase, U.S. Bank, Wells Fargo. From there, we can look at Sam's Club. They shut down 63 locations 2 years before pandemic, and 1,204 so far. That means they bankrupt locations, took a tax credit as a loss, and they didn't go home and go boo-hoo like most people like they do. Unfortunately, you didn't know when to play. That's your biggest problem with you. So the next thing is Geico ran out of California last year. Now the thing is, like cities. Can you believe it? 11 cities have filed bankruptcy. How do they do that? Well, they created something called under the Federal Protection Act. It's Chapter 9 bankruptcy. They get to get rid of the debt and stay in business. See, your problem is you didn't learn to play. You see, riding base having a business. I wrote Winning the Game of Business 44 years ago. Actually, this year is 45 years ago. So if you want to learn to play, number 1, don't bring the pain home. Number 2, become a certified CFO. Number 3, reprogram your mindset to millionaire status. You see, you got a choice. Learn to use my blueprint, please. Now that basically it's very simple. The 14th Amendment of the Constitution. I love the Constitution and international law and constitutional law too. Corporation's a legal person since 1869. You see, today I want you to think about something. This is your year. You're going to reach your goals if you start today. And focus and focus and focus. Don't let anything get in your way, and don't let anybody have an opinion. Just see it, believe, and go get it. $5 million this year. This should be the $5 million year. The bottom line is very simple to do. See, you understand something today. We all have goals. One of my biggest goals, I have 2 of them this year. All right, first of all, I got 5 Zulus Colombian coffee locations. All right, that's good. Next, I have my homeless parks. I've been helping homeless people most of my life because I used to be one of them. You see, this is your year and my year too. We got the goal. We can reach all our goals this year. Bottom line, it's like 5 Zulu Colombian coffees. My first location's opening up in Riverside. I want to be Starbucks competition because the line around my locations are bigger than theirs. All right, because people love Colombian coffee and all the Colombian foods too, and the goodies. Every location's a division because one's going to probably screw up. You see, here's the problem. If you sign a lease as the corporation and it fails, they come after you and the corporation and you're a duck. If a management company has a division for a location and the division guarantees the lease of a division, then you screw up a division and not the corporate, not you. So you have to learn to play. That's how the big boys and girls do it. So your goal is simple. What you can do is set up your line of defense because not everyone's going to go right. Ultimate goal is very simple. It's like the base of the homeless parks. See, homeless people want to go camping. I'll build in basically campsites every 6 miles under the freeway. It's called Dead Zone. My first location is 25 acres in Riverside, California. Is a prototype. And we're going to name them after rich and famous people. So that can get an endorsement too. We get to play and help the world change today. But again, that's what I'm going to do. What are you going to do? See, the biggest problem you got is you. Or you're afraid to try, and then you hold yourself back, and you don't think you can do this. Everybody can do this. It's not hard to do. You just got to follow the rules and tools. So let's understand structure. A corporation's a legal person. I'll show you that in Chapter 18, Public Record. If a corporation does business and they sue it, they sue you, usually. If you have a corporation with divisions, that creates your line of defense. So if something goes wrong, you don't bring the pain home, you put all your ducks in a row. There's the ultimate goal, repackaging you. Simple. From there, most people are like a bunch of sheep. They follow along going, bah, what do I do? I don't get it. My first question in school was why? I read the book. I memorized it. I was lucky and realized I have total recall on most things and an IQ of 203, and I write with both hands and talk at the same time. I just wanted to understand how to play. But the teacher didn't know how to read the book. They didn't like when I corrected them all the time, but oh well. You see, you probably got ripped off by a friend and family member. You allowed that to happen. From there, you got an attorney or CPA probably let you down too. Why don't you start today, start being not a sheep. Learn things for yourself. Because until you do, the bottom line, the world's going to disappoint you. I'm the incorporator for rich and famous people, homeless people, even people coming out of prison. When you start a business, what most people do, they sit around the kitchen table. Then they jack up their credit, personal credit. They get stuck, can't write a dilly squat, and they wonder what happened to them. Then they feel sorry for themselves. You see, the biggest problem you got is this. When you sit around that kitchen table meeting, y'all get excited about starting a business. Hey, yay! Good. Then you got to look at where we're going to get the money. Hey, let's hawk the credit cards Let's jack up that and let's screw up the house. Let's hog that too. I'm sorry, this is just called stupidity. And you're not stupid. I don't get this. Why would anybody ever jack up their personal credit, get stuck, can't ride diddly squat, and all they had to do is start corporate credit cards? Ride interest rate and credit card. Line of credit too. I don't understand. It makes no sense to me. I cannot compute. Alright, silliness like that. So let's understand today we're going to learn to play. You got your tablet and pen ready to write down? Write down today's date. It's going to take you 90 days to hear it again and again and again and again and again. If you want a $100 million mansion, a $1 million Lamborghini, a yacht, a $5 million mansion too, you're going to have to learn the rules and tools how to play. That's just one of them I obtained. So basically the Ray Reynolds Millionaires Founders Kit. 12 bucks CDs. The blueprint up to $1 million bucks. Real estate system. Alright, Homestead Blocker, UCC One Shadow Mortgage. Oh goody, millions of dollars real estate too. How about Become the Bank? Financial series. I wrote that out of Nevada when I was the largest registered agent in the world in 2009. I sold 10 times more than Nevada Corp than anybody on the planet to this day. It's $1,000 for all 12, actually 18 books and CDs. If you invest $1,000, I give them to you for free. See, starting a business, you got to have guts. Because you don't know if you're going to fall off the cliff. They're going to knock you down. They're going to catch you. But you got to hold your breath. You got to run. Because no matter what happens, there's always something going to happen. I got a call last night at 2 o'clock in the morning from Bank of America. The corporate account was hacked. I mean, what now? It's like, ugh. But again, you got to hold your breath. Count to 10 and just do it again. But that's what happens in this world today. You see, life wasn't easy for me in the beginning. I was born in a taxi. She didn't want me. Boo-hoo, what am I going to do? Alright, that's okay. I got to be the whole rich and famous Hope family. And all she did is use and abuse me too. So you know what? I wanted out of hell. Today, you can learn how to play. You can start with me. Alright, you start your journey today. Now, every day I'm up at 2:25. I get to my knees. I thank Jesus for another day. I go look in the mirror and I stare at myself for about 3 to 5 minutes. You see, I didn't get a mommy and a daddy like most of you. I have to put myself in check every day since I was 2.5 years old. I was always a weird kid. You see, I always ask myself a couple questions. Have I completed everything I need to? Alright, is there more to be done? I believe you allow people around you to give their opinions and cloud your direction. Why don't you learn to see it, believe, and just go get it? You see, I don't know if they brought in millions and billions like me. Maybe you want to listen to me instead. July 4, 2009. I got my 3 yachts in my backyard. Where you park yours? Goodies. Oh, goody. My wife wants to go and watch the fireworks with a group of people from the school and the church. Okay, no problem, honey. Which one you want to go? How many people are going to do? 78, no problem. We'll take the middle one. Because the bigger one holds 400 people. Let's do that. Next day, I'm in a coma. Got to die at 5:41. That sucks. Can you imagine? On top of the world helping people 6 days a week. Alright, the next day after watching the fireworks, alright, my tax attorney tricked my wife to sign a POA and steal my life. The nurse asked my wife if I was a donor. They're going to rip out my heart and take it away, because I'm dead right there. That's what I look like, dead. But I got a choice that day to stay in peace or go back, and I said go back. That's why you get stuck with me. Isn't that fun with you? You see, there's no excuse. See, the mindset is how you get to where you want to go. See it, believe it, go get it. It doesn't matter what we've been through. Come on. I moved 24 times when I'm 11.5 years old. I got to go to school at Watts, Hawthorne, Torrance, Carson, all the good areas. You had to kick it or run. I'd rather die than run. And I've been knifed 6 times and I've been shot twice. And I'm still here trying to help you. Can you turn these up today? Pay attention. You see, you got a choice to go get the American dream if you want to. Is it easy? No. Is it worth it? Always. I got a book coming out this year called Jesus is Not a Drive-Thru. See, I believe being a Christian's a way of life, not a moment in time. But again, that's just my opinion for you. You see, getting past go? I'll show you the Lamborghini collection, the Duffys, the mansions. I'll show you how I broke the record for the highest kick on the planet in 1981. I just want to prove white men do jump, and stupid people say we don't. How about race boats in the backyard? Where you park yours? Helicopters, U-Docks, yachts. How about some Ferraris too? Why not? I don't only use clip art. I want to show you some goodies. You ought to see what I've obtained since the last 20 years in that too. Ray's rules. Could you imagine if you master my blueprint and you can learn to see it, believe it, go get it? You have no more excuses. See, now I need you to write down section 611. You have to rebuild your credit. You got no choice. Basically, credit repairs are fraud. Federal Trade Commission says it every day. We got to look at the BBB. I sued him in '79 with Greg Sullivan and me. I proved they were a Ponzi then too. But you know what? Walt Disney, KBC, and all these companies said, no way. See, they won't be blackmailed to pay the $625 for an A rating. They have an F rating because they won't pay them $625. Did you know the Better Business Bureau has an F rating too? You know they were federally indicted. They're a Ponzi and a fraud. They were even kicked out of cities. Said, get the hell out of my city. You're a fraud. Because they are. Better Business Bureau has been a fraud since day one. Biggest Ponzi we got on this planet. But they do say, all right, 2020 and CNN will tell you online. Next thing is they say that LexingtonLawnCreditRepair.com have 755 complaints. 4 government agencies chasing them too. Well, I'd just be careful if I was you. Got to be careful of that today. And then what about, LifeLock? I hear them all the time. I can't believe Joel has them opening their show and paying for their marketing. Oh, well, maybe I'll send him a message and say, do you know they've been indicted 6 times? The last indictment's $100 million, and they're a fraud too. But maybe you just be careful. All right, so the bottom line is, what are you going to do for you? Well, the Federal Trade says basically credit repairs are fraud. They can't collect money up front, and all they write is stupid letters, not mine, kind of late. Isn't that lying? Isn't that against the rules and tools? So if you hire a credit repair flaky company, all right, in the dispute for you, that usually makes the creditor a little upset. Kind of wakes them up and come get you. And that usually kind of pisses them off. It brings your score down. See, the goal is we're trying to get to a 750 score. And the biggest problem with most consumers, they think credit repair is going to wipe out their debt. They don't have a magic wand. That's a bunch of BS. Credit repair does not wipe out your debt. That's why it does not work. You have to rebuild it. Now, if you really want to get to the 750, why don't you, any collection account, negotiate. Solve the problem. Get your debt to ratio to 25-21% on a credit card, revolving card. Do a rapid refresh. And then what do? Simple. I'll guarantee you have a 750. You did exactly what I told you to do. That's called the KISS method. It's very simple to do. The KISS method. I used to teach it at IBM. Keep it simple, stupid. That's what KISS stands for. You see, credit rebuilding is simple. As long as you're part of the program, you go to the class, I'll tell you what you need to do, and I'll do my part for you. 25 steps a day. Don't forget, this is some things I obtain. I don't use clip art. From there, why don't you go to annualcreditreport.com, raisecredit.com, get your reports for free. Why not? From there, guess what we get to do? Next thing I want to do is analyze you. I can look at your credit report, Spear and Trend, and Equifax, do a full analyzation and a blueprint. I can tell you exactly what you need to do, 100%, and what I need to do for you too. And what will happen, you have a 750 score in about 90 working days. From there, we have to go with the basics. We got to go back to the beginning. You see, when you were a little boy or little girl, all right, you were told at 16 to 14 years old, go get an SSN for get a job. If not, Nixon already took the gold standard out, and Mommy did it when she was handed that form at the hospital. Believe it or not, they hand the form to a mama. Ever since Nixon took the gold standard out, the baby was born an hour ago, and they have to do an SSN for the baby. This is the application for Social Security card. I'm sorry, you never paid attention to it. Sorry, it's true. Line 1 says name to be shown on card, full name at birth other than above, other names used. You see, your SSN is for a 1040 tax return. That's all it's for. Now pull it out of your personal wallet, now, and look at it and see what it says. It'll say do not laminate, don't use for ID purposes, don't carry with you. On the bottom line, it'll say government agency, social administration, not you. Do you know what that means? That's IRS, by the way. So if you look at the SSN, and that's your 1040 tax return, but you used it for credit purposes, and they told you not to use it for ID purposes. Did you break the rules and tools? The bottom line, the world, I guess, accepts that today. You know, when you got your first paycheck years ago, you thought half of it was ripped off. Where's my money? I barely work, but I get paid. You see, you didn't realize one thing. The IRS gets their cut before you get the leftover. Then you get to pay your bills on the leftover. Good luck with that. You see, your income is your lifestyle. And then you think credit's free money, which it's not. Then you screw it up. See, the biggest problem you did is you became a sheep and a duck. Hey, I think we're all sheep and ducks. You didn't look at the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. that allows a corporation to be a legal person, which is an SS4. I'd like you to learn to play today. Can you write down irs.gov, please? Write down 1244. I want you to learn, listen carefully, to have an SSN, SS4, and file one tax return and break even, almost pay no damn tax at all. You got to learn to play. It's about time you pay attention today. You got an SSN. Oh, goody. 9 out of 10 people screw that up every day because they don't know the rules and tools that I'm going to give you today. Then you get an SS4 for the 1120. That's a corporation, by the way. And do you know what happens next? If they sue the corp, they sue you. That makes you a duck. Because when they sue you, you better damn well duck. Bottom line is, in California, we have a franchise tax fee. In 1985 and 86, I want to pay the fee for every corporation. So I created something called division process in the rules and tools. Under the corporate umbrella, I don't have to have a franchise tax for every entity, so that I can set up a line of defense. You see, every time I set up a donut chain, every day a satellite store, a printing company, whatever, it's a division. Because if it screws up, I get rid of the piece, go get another one. You see, I'm sorry, you didn't give yourself a second chance. Why didn't you give yourself a second chance? Oh, I know, you're going to say, well, no one told me, Ray. No one told me. I was fighting to get out of hell because no one gave a damn about me as a kid. They thought I was just in the way. So you got to understand, today is called a line of defense. Become a certified CFO and understand to reprogram your brain into millionaire status. You chose SSN to be a sheep because someone told you to. Let's look at SS4 so you can be a flying eagle. Let's understand what I got to do today. I got to rebuild you. I got to rebuild you and redo that so you can be a CFO for the corporate divisions. And then I'd like to do an SS4 for you, a division of you, if you allow me to. But again, I want you to choose wisely, because here's the biggest problem people do. They listen to silly, stupid people, and they don't understand how to play. And that's kind of silly for most people. You see, I want facts. I want it to be factually verifiable. If not, I'm not going to do it till I understand. You got it today? Put all your ducks in a row. If a duck gets done, that's a division. Get rid of it. Go get another one, another one, another one. I've had to fight for everything in my life. Maybe you never had to fight. Okay? And today, maybe you have to man up and woman up. Let's go get it. There's that form again you didn't pay attention to. Oh, well, what can I say? Line 1. SSN equals SS what? All right, 1040 tax return. And line what? Look in the corner. They hide it real in the corner. It says SS5. You realize that's IRS, right? Now let's compare it to an SS4. Ready? Corporation, SS4, corporation division subsidiary. The banks, the grocery stores in the cities, they bankrupt a piece, get a tax credit, and say, let me do it again. See line 1 there in front of you? If you dissect this form, it says legal name of entity or individual person. You could put your name on line 1 and learn to play again and again. The only form on the planet Earth, you heard of planet Earth, right? That says reason to apply banking and credit purposes. It's the only form that allows you one per entity. One per entity. You only get one SSN. All right, it's time to quit being a duck. Learn to play. Now you get a paycheck. Oh goody, it's taxed. Then you got to pay your bills on the leftover. Then you jack this up and screw it up. That's kind of silly and dumb. Why don't we do it my way? Corporation, it's going to buffer tax. What does that mean? Very simple. All right, all the money that goes into the corporation, we're going to pay all the bills first, and then we're going to pay tax on the leftover. If there's no leftover, there's no tax. I wonder if that's how rich and famous people do it every day. Corporate credit. Well, let's see. I can't write out diddly squat here, jack it up, hurt my family. That's called silly and dumb. But if I get corporate credit cards and lines of credit, I can write off the interest rate in the credit card. And I can write it all off. And I can build as much credit as I need to. The bank's not going to give me that money. Then I can get a car at fleet price, registered division. And on top of that, I can go to the hotel and get the free buffet. Now, division's very simple. If they sue the corp, they sue you most of the time. If I have a line of defense, and they're cheap, they're multiple functions, buy at wholesale price, multiple credit reports. So if I get a gold card for up to $1 million, why don't I get 9 sisters? Why not? See, I don't understand. The bank's not going to give this to you. No one's going to teach you the rules and tools how to play besides me. Good luck with that. You've been looking for all your life. Do you know the blueprint you're looking for is me? I'm right in front of you. You see, all right, real estate, liability, Separate it. Have some fun. Build your line of defense. Learn to play. But again, I'll give you a guarantee every day. As long as you do what I ask you to do, and you follow through and you go to the class and learn how to play, I can rebuild every one of you. But again, that's a choice, but you got to be part of the program. Violation, please don't jack up cards. Don't apply during the program. If you do, I might have to close your case or charge you a fee. Then you just call your specialist or Santos, the floor manager, too. You see over here, you got to understand the debt you created. If you have debt, negotiate. Keep in mind one thing. All right? It's not going to go away. You got to man up and woman up. Past can't chase future. You got an IRS problem? Solve that problem too. Under the Constitution, they have to give you the 656, 433A and B. You have a solution for that too. Ultimate goal. Now, and basically 38 years ago, I created Rapid Score and Rapid Refresh. When I was training Ken Yarbrough and Harold Stokes too, having fun. See, today, I like to do a Rapid Rescore for you, create some green lights. 750 can be done as long as you do your part and you're part of the program. And I'm going to do it with you and for you. But again, I want to repackage you. There's the big difference. So remember, if you want a 750 score, open collection account, negotiate. Debt ratio on a revolving card, 25-29%. Rapid rescore. Now you'll get a 750. That's called the KISS method. All right, KISS is very simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Don't make it complicated. 750, not a problem. You got to play. I want to rebuild your credit my way. Add a Rapid rescore. Put you in class on Saturday. Guarantee you 750. I'm going to charge you $999. I'm going to give you a $500 card back to you. Take away your excuses. During the broadcast, I discount it half price. So that card I get you reimburses you 100%. What excuse you got now? Nobody does what I do on this planet besides me, and sure in the hell doesn't give you back your money through a credit card. Now you lost nothing. All you have to do is learn to play and let me rebuild your life. Take a picture of Zelle today. Ray Reynolds recipient. RayRaceCredit.com. Simple. Discounted prices are good during the broadcast only. It's up to you. As you do this, you're assigned to a specialist. That person is to hold your hand, paperwork, get you the paralegals, processing, and everything else, and get back to the workshops with me. Without the workshop, how am I going to teach you and preach? Got to have some fun. I've been teaching and preaching for 45 years. Having fun with people just like you. 5 referrals, sign up, build you up to 10,000 more credit. Now I need you to call the phone number today. See, you're on the national mailing list. You did it to yourself. You don't even know they did that. You're a voter. You got a corporation. You got a cable bill. Why don't you call 888-567-8688? Opt out for 5 years or a lifetime. Let's see if we can slow down the junk mail and the robocalls. That's step number 4. Now I need you to plan the problem. Your biggest problem, you allowed someone to knock you down and rip you off. You spent thousands of dollars on something that didn't work. So I want you to plan the problem from now and have a backup for a backup. Now I need you to write down safety credit. In your credit cards, on those in your personal wallet today, I'd like a sticky in the back. Write down the limit, 25% maintain always, never pass 29%. What will that do for you? It'll create a line of defense. All dashboards, the way I designed it years ago for Yarbrough, and I seem to be doing it this way now too, it's about time. 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. That discipline will help you get your 750 and above. Step number 5 today. From there, balance your debt on every card you got. There's a science behind the madness. Now, understand something today very simple. There are only 2 cards on this planet that don't use the 29% rule. So I call them perfect cards. They have 2 limits, paid over time and unlimited up to $1 million. So I want you to understand something today. The gold and platinums will help you, your personal cards, balance this so you don't screw it up anymore. You can max the sucker out to pay it over time and not bring the pain home if you had to. But if I build you up personal business gold and platinum cards, I charge a fee to build that up for you, $9.99. But again, that's up to you. So if you want basically today, I got some fallout prices. All right, in other words, I can get you some lines of credit for 100,000, 50 to 25. There's a 20% discount today if it's done during the broadcast only. From there, you can always call a sales team It's 100%, 10% for every line you want. It's a Zelle, and you put in the message what you Zelle for. Now today we got to look at something. Seems like the whole world does this. They lose a job, have what? An emergency? What do? Sorry. They run out of time, they run out of money, and then they jack up their credit cards. Before you ever jack up a card, you should call the creditor, ask them to increase it. The next thing is don't jack it up anyway. When you do, and you go past 21%, plop. You got stuck, you backed yourself in a corner. You couldn't write out diddly squat. Why didn't you use corporate credit instead? Why didn't you have a corporate divisions? And screw up a division like the grocery stores and the banks and the cities do and rich and famous people? Why did you bring the pain home? Why? Why? That's my biggest word in the school was always why to the teacher. See, your goal today is like anything else. The average person wastes $50 every other day. Let's pretend you need $5,000 today. Now. Ask your friends, your family, your bank. What are they going to say? Usually no. But if I have a $5,000 card in my hand called safety, and I max the sucker out, the payment's $50 a month. Well, the average person wastes in a given day or given every other day. Then the next thing they say the average person does is waste $140 a week. I don't get it. That's $600 a month. If I take a corporate credit card and I take $50,000 off the card, the payment is $612.26 at the most. So therefore, I could have actually used it and wrote it all off, got 2 pizza restaurants and a drive-thru during the pandemic, using some common sense. Amazing how that works today while reaching your goal. Believe in yourself. I believe in God and I believe in me. I was kicking the door jam at 10. When I kicked the basketball all hoop, all they can say is, what? See, white men do jump, just stupid people say we don't. See, every time I hear some ding-dong say white men can't jump, are you kidding me? You ever see me jump? Guess what? Nixon took the gold standard out. No one seemed to pay attention to that, too. Why don't you write down Ray's rules today? Write down 100,000. Let's use 29%, give you 71,000 of safety. That's what you need. Quit living off your credit. It's ridiculous. When you jack it up, you can't write out diddly squat. You get stuck. Oh, that doesn't hurt the family. When you use corporate credit, understand corporations, divisions. If you make it, you absorb the taxation usually. If you lose, you bankrupt a division and go get another one. Why that? Did you not give yourself a second chance? I don't understand. I've been teaching or preaching for 45 years. Where the blank you been? Get your cake, you need it too. Step number 7 today. All right, learn to be a certified CFO. Never bring the pain home. Why would anybody bring the pain home? They'd be silly and dumb. You see, there's me dead. Didn't matter you got millions and billions. Reality is you get to die still. See, the devil wants to hold me back and tear me down too, just like you. But God's delays aren't God's denials. We got to have faith and persistence. So the NACB certified me as the #1 consultant worldwide, even signed by the TRW Experian Security Chief too. Wow! Bottom line is I want your personal life to be a break even. I want it to break even. Anything above that, I want it to corporation. I need you to balance your debt. I need you to understand what that means. I'm going to give you the solution to your problems. Balance your debt today. Corporation's a legal person, legal life. Let's get 10 cards per entity. Let's go get $1 million. It's not going to be anything legal accounting advice. It's you, me doing it for you, using my blueprint, rebuilding and repackaging you. That's the ultimate goal. The Ray Reynolds Financial Services wants to repackage every one of you. There's your goal. This year, reach all your goals. Okay, this year. From there, understand checkbook money. See, the banks tend to say if you're the owner now in 2 years, you can basically get up to $150,000 of checkbook money. I like checkbook money. That could be up to $5.4 million of checkbook money. As long as you have corporations and divisions a couple years old. There you go. It's not hard to do. Now today, I got a call at 2 o'clock in the morning because the bank account was hacked. It's like I just want to scream, what next? You have a 1-hour special with me. I'm not telling anybody besides you. So, all right, this is a line of defense, lines of credit, and divisions discounted. This is only while we're online today. 100,000, $39.99, 50,000, $19.99, 25,000, $9.99, 9 divisions. I'm going to do 9 divisions for $9.99 for the next hour. As long as it's Zelle, then there's no calls. Use Zelle, the price of what you want right there, as long as it's Zelle by 12 o'clock today. That's in about 20 some odd minutes. And there's the price you get today. Alright, because that'll help me solve a problem that somebody gave me by hacking the account. But again, this is what we get to do. But again, it's going to be up to you too. Now here's the thing I want you to think about. You need a corporation that's 2 years to get a checkbook money. You got to be the owner for 2 years. So if I have a corporation last year and it's this year, now it's on its second year, and I let you basically get a corp from me, you can basically register in any stakeholder foreign corporation. Now you have your 2 years. What happens is very simple. For $3,999, all right, I'll give you a 2-year corporation with $50,000 of credit. There you go. All you got to do is write in the Zelle. Zelle's what would you Zelle for? But it's only good during this broadcast. Do what? 100,000 to $1 million. Got to rebuild you first. That's all we got to do. Now here's a corporation, Chapter 18, like I told you. It says a corporation's a legal person. It may sue or be sued. Well, that was nice. I heard it when I was 7.5. Listening to the silly poker game at the Hope family house. I wrote it down. They told me it was weird. Probably true. Went down to the Torrance Police Department the next day. All right, see, there's a library next door. I went inside and said, what does this mean? She walked away. She was rude. She didn't say a word. I know she was coming back. When she came back, here's a mock-up. He's a bug. She was a bee. Oh, my goodness. And she's a librarian. I read the book. Then I realized it didn't have a damn blueprint. See, your biggest problem on this planet, you need a blueprint, you need a coach, you need me. So I went basically for 2 years and studied everything I could. I sent away my little money order. Secretary of State of California. 9.5 years old, I started Helping Hand Industries. $100,000 of credit in the mail. I got named in the movie Dave. Isn't this fun? You see, on a tax ID, I'm allowed to set up credit reports. Would you like one? Would you like one for the corporation or divisions or for both? See, this allows you to multiply the credit as much as you want. Up, and away. But again, it's up to you to learn to be that certified CFO. I even built credit for my cat. Harold Stokes almost turned green. I want to prove my point. Inc. magazine interviews me. I said, use plastic to finance your business. See, I believe cats have 9 lives. You believe that too, right? Why don't we set up a line of defense? So that way we can play like banks and grocery stores and cities of rich and famous people. And quit bringing the pain home like you've been doing to you and your family. Line of defense. Every tax ID, I'm allowed to build credit reports. From there, I'm allowed to build cash credit. And then you're lined up for checkbook money. That's not hard to do. So the bottom line, 7 reasons you want me to do it for you. But again, it's only today. I want you to focus and write it down. All right, you can't take a picture. Line of defense. All right, they're cheap. Multiple functions. Buy at wholesale price. From there, multiple credit reports. Buy real estate. Separate liability. So this allows me, listen carefully, is to set up an Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax under Tax ID to build more cash credit report as you become the CFO. All right, as you learn how to play the game. Ultimate goal, if you want to do 9, all right, let's say you wanted $1 million of credit, I'd recommend 9 divisions. But that's up to you. Each division, I do the paperwork and do all the things for you. So let's pretend you have a corporation today. If it got sued, it'd probably sue you. If I got you a gold card, unlimited up to $1 million and paid over time, would you like 9 sisters? The next thing is each division should have a piece of property or a franchise. Kind of like when you drive through McDonald's, says operating owned by. See, when they lose pieces, they don't lose the whole thing. They don't put all their eggs in one basket like most people do. So the franchise as well. One screws up, got 8 left to go, set up another one too. Ultimate goal. So here's what we're going to think. A corporation's managing entities divisions. So that's good. If something went wrong with one of those divisions, we have to have our line of defense. That means we're going to have an emergency meeting. We, the board, vote and elect to disconnect, isolate, incorporate. We're going to do the 3-step I vote for you, okay? If I can't save it after trying my hardest after 6 months, I'm probably going to bankrupt the piece and go get another one. You see, that's what the tax ID and divisions allow you to do. Just don't have any intent to do fraud. It's like when I wanted a Rolex. I really didn't want it. Everybody at the bottom of it said, "Where's your Rolex, Ray? I saw your Ferrari, I saw your Lamborghini." So I said, okay, let's get one. What the hell? I set up a division for jewelry. I got it at wholesale price. They overnighted the watch to me. I got to pay in 30 days. What did I do? I put a loan on a watch I did not own. The reality is from there I paid the invoice and I put the extra money in the bank to maintain the payment on the watch I did not own. See, I got it for free at the end of the day. If you're going to fix up properties, you need a division for carpet, appliances, fixtures, wood, all the pieces. That's how you buy at wholesale price. Now divisions, I do the paperwork. I add 2,000 of history. I set up the credit reports and the tax IDs. I charge $500 each, $1,500 for 3. There is a 1-hour special going on today only during this broadcast. And if you don't do the 9 for $9.99 and you Zelle right away, you missed out the opportunity. It's that simple for you. Ultimate goal, repackaging you. Ray Reynolds Financial Services. This is your year. Reach all your goals. Start running. From there, the goal should be $1 million of credit cards and a bunch of checkbook money up to $5 million. There should be the goal. My schedule is very simple. I've been in person or online 6 days a week for 45 years. Okay? I have this program coming, Setting Up the Tone. Setting Up the Tone is 3 days. It's the 27th, 28th, 29th. 3 days. What's going to happen is we're going to give people level 1, 2, and 3 in specialty classes in $25,000 of bonus cash credit. About $14,000 of bonuses. We're going to go through the Millionaires Founders Kit, real estate, financial system. We're going to go through becoming the bank, tax balancing, and buckets of money. This is usually a $10,000 program. Today it is discounted to $4,999. The ultimate goal. If all you want is to be online for 3 days and no bonuses, then it's $1,000 a day. It's very simple. By the way, my promise to my wife after 45 years, alright, this will be my last and final boot camp. Next year in 2024, I'm going on business trips, okay, to our castle in Ireland and around the planet too. This is your last year to play with me. This will be the last time I do 6 days a week. And believe me, mark my words, I will not do another boot camp after this. So for the 3 people that called and says, I'll do the next one, there's no next one. If you ever wanted someone who brought in millions and billions to hold your hand, here's your opportunity. You don't do it, you blew it for you, not me. From there, you got a choice today. It's very simple. It's called Zelle, a deposit or something, now. And that's what you put in the Zelle message. Ray Reynolds, millionaire member. This is a 6-month boot camp. The last time I did this was 2008. Ultimate goal. So here I get to interview you. That means I'm going to inventory you and do a blueprint. Personal, business, life, goals. It's a 6-month boot camp. This is where we're going to Zoom every 2 weeks. First Zoom meeting is February 13th. The ultimate goal is I'm going to call you weekly. Some of you have already calling because you already paid. The ones that didn't pay, they have to wait for their calls to happen right away. Again, here's level 1, 2, and 3 specialty classes. 6 months. Your first class is February 1st. It would be this weekend if you would have put a deposit on, but if you did not, you blew it. See, that's on you. The only one who delays things isn't me, it's probably you. I build you up to $100,000 of cash credit. I teach you how to daisy chain it through your divisions, up to $5 million. Now this is basically a 6-month program for only 25 people. I don't like more than 25 people in it. From there, it is literally a $35,000 package. From here, today it's offered for 10. You can pay in full and say 10%. You can put $5,000 down and $1,000 a month for 5 months. But if you put nothing, that's what you're going to get is nothing from me, because you're not in it getting the Setting the Tone for free. That's the ultimate goal. From there, again, it's the last chance you'll have, because after 45 years, I'm keeping my promise to my wife. All right, and we're going to go on business trips in 2024. You see, if you don't want the bonuses and the cash and the credit, it's $5,000 for the 6-month program. From there, it's simple. You can pay in full, say 10% or $9.99 down, and $1,000 a month for 4 months. From there, this is a broadcast offer only, not offered through anyone else at all. Your goal is Zelle, in the message, put what you Zelle for. That's what you got to do. Now, during my classes on Saturday, I have 10 of them. I've been doing 10 classes almost every Saturday for 45 years, online or in person. There's 8 of them, they're in rotation. This Saturday, it's called Divisions, Subdivisions. It's at 3 o'clock. From there, I charge $9.99 for 90 days worth of workshops in the rotation of the 8 specialty classes. If all you want is the special one for this one, for Divisions, Subdivisions, it's $2.99 if you Zelled it during the broadcast when I offered it to you. If not, then you can't do it. It's a Zell. You put your email address in there and what you Zell for. Simple to do. Here's the banks again. They'll give you up to 2 years, owner up to $150. It's basically an unsecured line of credit. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, U.S. Bank, Chase, all right, Navy, Fed, and other ones too. They like to give that checkbook money, up to $5.4 million if you want, but you got to have enough corporations and divisions to do that. That way you get checkbook money, cash credit, and Dun & Bradstreet money too. Now understand, cash credit, you have no choice. You have to be a certified CFO, period. So the goal is simple. Every entity should have a $100,000 cash card and a line of credit up to $150. That's how you get up to the $1 million and multiply it, and you write almost everything off on the credit. Personal, basically, you can't do that for you. Corporation, division, subsidiary can. You see, when you use the personal credit to start a business, I'm sorry, you jack it up past 29%, you got stuck, couldn't ride a dilly squat. All that is hurt your family. When you use corporate credit cards, you guys understand, borrowed money is not taxable. So if you win, you absorb the taxation usually. If you lose, you lose the division. You don't screw up the corporate in your family. Why would you do that? Banks and grocery stores don't do this, and they do it in your face. When you retire, understand something today. All right, your bills never go away. You should have your cake and eat it too. What do you think? Ray's rules. But you got to learn to play. So if you put one hand up, say SSN, I'm a sheep and I'm a duck. You put SS for the other hand. I don't pay tax till I make a profit because it's IRS public record. And if I go to irs.gov today and I download the 1244, I can file one tax return and probably never pay any tax anymore. Simple to do. Kind of like if I wrote you a check hypothetically for $1 million. You put it in your personal account. I think that's silly and dumb. You only get to keep $375. If you put it in a division of you to the corporation, pay all the bills first and pay tax on the leftover. That's what I'd recommend, but it's up to you. And you see step number 8 today. You see, the next thing you got to think about, Richard didn't listen to me. He won Survivor the first show, running around naked. Almost died twice on the show, got $1 million. He should have leveraged it up to 15 to 20 million. But what did he do? He pissed it away, went to prison for 3.5 years. 10 years probation, violated that too. You see, the United States of America Incorporated does this in front of you. They set up 50 corporations called states. States set up corporations called cities. They create under the Chapter 9 Bankruptcy, Federal Protection Act, public record how to bankrupt a debt and stay in business. Your problem is you didn't learn to play. And so far you keep bringing the pain home. I don't think you should do that anymore, but it's up to you. Why don't you Google bankruptcy today? Let's understand bankruptcy. When you Google it, you're going to see SSN, SS4. So that means who's going to be the duck the next time? SSN's you and your family. Corporation, division, subsidiary, you got a choice to decide, but it's up to you. Up to you. Understand how to play. From there, dashboards, mine say yes or no. I don't waste inquiries like most people do. So if you let me add you to my system, I can help you get a $5 million mansion too. All right, got to do a wrapper refresh. $4.99, $500 a card back to you. You get your money back through the card. That's ridiculous, but I've been doing that for years. So that way I can rebuild you. If you have a corporation and you don't know how to play, I'll build you up to a corporate $1 million of credit. But you got to go to class still. You got to learn to play and learn by the rules and tools. Again, unfortunately, what most people do, probably you, if you have a corporation today, you paid an attorney, a CPA, and incorporating service. All right, thousands of dollars and didn't learn diddly squat. I learned at 9.5 years old, corporations were free. You don't even pay a filing fee in California until June of this year. Why would anybody spend thousands of dollars for a piece of paper and learn diddly squat? I don't understand stupidity. Do you? Don't be a sheep. Learn for yourself what you can do. Starter package, rebuild the credit, rapid score articles, also tax ID for free. Set up level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday, 10 a.m. with me, Pacific Standard Time. Normally a couple thousand, because corporations are 3,000 plus. Why don't we do this? Let's give you 5,000 back. Let's discount it during the broadcast. It's $9.99 for $1,000 what the average person wastes in a given month. Let's repackage our life and give them 5,000 back. All right, no excuses now. How about the millionaire in the making? How about we charge 5,000 and give you 25,000, 5 times your money back? How about I discount that again and we charge $24.99? You get 10 times your money back. This is changing to 15,000. So if you didn't do it yet, you might want to do it today, because I want to give 5 times, not 10 times. So I'm changing it starting tomorrow. So you better Zell now. There's your Zell. There's the message you put. Beat your doubt, run your race. Please let me rebuild you, repackage you. Again, it's a choice today. You see, getting past go, I can show you the goodies. The mansions in the harbor, God's gift. Yachts and race boats to say the Ray Reynolds University.com. Helicopters, Lamborghinis, and buildings too. See, now I want you to change your driver's license today. I'd like you to go to dnv.initialsofyourstate.gov and change your driver's license to a P.O. box or mailing address, please. Keep more privacy, but that's up to you. Next, I want you to stop buying the cars the way you do it. I think it's wrong. You get sweated for 5 hours, lose 5,000, get 9 inquiries. When you give them back that paper, why don't you write down the last 1 inquiry and take a picture? Why don't you set your tone? Your biggest problem, is you. No one basically held your hand and taught you how to play. That's my job today. So I want you to understand, when you buy a car from now on, it's fleet price, tax ID division. We don't have to worry about gap insurance. It's not on the credit reports. We don't have to worry about the 1099-C2 corporation. You become a certified CFO. Isn't that good? See, today, if you're the registered owner and a bumpity bump, they sue you and take everything you got. If it's a division, they get diddly squat. Why don't you learn to plan the problem and stop bringing the pain home? But that's up to you too. See, every property you ever do, you got to put in a division. You know who's going to slip and fall and sue you. How about your paycheck? Use your house payment, I'll set it. Amazon didn't pay any tax on the first 10 billion to trillion. Why would they? They don't have to. See, there's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. He bought Twitter with a line of credit in 24 hours. He's got a spaceship. Yeah! So the other 2 guys, they got spaceships too. But they don't seem to pay corporate tax. I wonder if you want to learn to play and join the club too. But again, that's up to you. As you play, please write down, all right, money into more money. Reference 3 times 5. Write it down. Biggest problem you have is you get money. Some of you piss it away, then you're broke the next day. Carl here never pays state or federal tax on billions. He knows how to play. Walt Disney has $1 billion in cash. They got to pay tax. But Newsweek shows what they did. They created an IOU on themselves. Debt offsets taxes. They paid 0 tax on $1 billion. And Newsweek says they're going to deduct taxes. Borrow money is not taxable. Leveraging money to more money. You get a specialist, you ought to call them right away. From there, run your life through a corporation in conjunction, please. But again, I want you to play with me every Wednesday and Saturday all through the day. But again, pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. Your paycheck's taxable income, right? You get the leftover. Then you pay the car payment, gas registration, insurance. Why don't you yell no and drive a company car like I do? Why would you want to drive a car registered to you? Now I need you to get an SS4 today. I want you to basically get an SS4 form. Go to irs.gov. I want you to download the form and find out it says reason to apply, banking and credit purposes. It's public record. So you don't have to be a duck. You never had to be a duck. You can learn to play. But then that's up to you. Now when Mama delivered a baby today, since Nixon took the gold standard out, they hand Mama the SSN form for the baby. Baby's got to go in the stroller of the car seat. Baby, well, good job. Well, they got to print money and bond the baby. See, everything I do is rules and tools. You buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, trust. Well, you have a house not in a trust, that's called dumb. Sorry. When they sue you, they take it away. When you die, it's stuck in a probate, and your family got diddly squat. When you fix up a property, you hire that contractor, don't you? And then they hire the subcontractors that stand outside Home Depot. and they slip, fall, and cut corners, they sue you, and they take everything you got too. My way, they get diddly squat. Why not? Why don't you look up an irrevocable trust today? But do what you want. You're the grown-up. You got 6 more to go. I get people almost every day, Ray, I don't want to pay tax. I tell them, knock off the crap. You cannot play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. You got to be part of the system. So if you have to go to irs.gov and download a form called 656 433AB, get back in the system, do it. That's step number 20 today. Understand how to play. See, your goal is simple. You want to be an OPM. I'm one of the original ones. You get 70% discount on everything you do. From there, buy at wholesale price for the corporation and fix up a piece of property. We don't have to pay a bill for 30 to 60 to 90 days. Escrow closes, you got up to $200,000 left over. What do? Most people kind of act like the rich and piss it away and they're broke the next day. Why don't you raise rules, leverage money, borrow money is not taxable, and learn the line of defense? The system I set up 45 years ago. If you bring that pain home ever again, you should have never done it in the first place. It makes no sense to me. By the way, that's basically called blackjack. I like step 21. Now here's my location. 2008, doing up to $1 million a day, 3 locations, other states. Having fun. 2009, when technology drive, 22,000 square foot building. All right, I get to die, come back, and I was homeless. And what are we going to do? Go boo-hoo? No. I built $1 million of credit. 6 weeks. I don't stay down, and from now on, neither do you. If you allow me to rebuild you and repackage you. Raise rules. Simple. Blueprint. See it, believe it, go get it. Yes, I will tell you what to do because I don't want you to screw up my program. 1,000 Steps to Millionaire, certified CFO. You got to learn the rules and tools how to play. The ultimate goal is to repackage every one of you. From here, 2023, this is your year to reach all your goals. Checkbook money. I like checkbook money. It makes sense. So here's the goal. Because I got a call at 2 o'clock in the morning from Bank of America. Account got hacked, one of the corporate accounts. So today, one chance. You have about 3 minutes. $100,000 of credit buildup is $39.99. $50,000, $19.99. $25,000, $9.99. 9 divisions, $9.99. If it is Zelle before 12 o'clock, there's your price. No phone call. It's an offer I offer to you. If you don't do it, oh well. That's life for you. So it's like the corporation. I set up extra ones last year, profit and nonprofit. You want one of those that's 2 years old? $39.99. You can register in any state you want, call Foreign Corp. And you get $50,000 of credit. So there's your Zelle, now. You got to do it right away. What's a corporation again? It's a legal what? Person that may sue or be sued. You see, I want you to get credit under divisions and corporations. I want you to play, get your line of defense. So remember, when I do a tax ID for the corporate, the division, I'm building reports. Cash credit line you up for checkbook money. The goal is 7 reasons why you want me to build your Experian, your Tranjo, and Equifax. There you go. 9 divisions I recommend if you want $1 million of credit. That's your line of defense. From there today, I do all the paperwork, 2,000 of history, and the tax ID, and set it all up for you in the credit reports. $500 each, $1,500 for 3. There is a special. If you did $9.99 now, in the next minute, you would get the 9 divisions instead of 3 for $1,500. Don't forget the schedule. I've been online or in person for 45 years, up to 6 days a week. Setting the Tone is a 3-day event coming the 27th, 28th. Bottom line is very simple. If you don't have a deposit in today, today's the cutoff. You're not going to be in it. And if you wanted to be in person, the reality is there's only one spot for that open anyway, because the rest of the seats are full. From there, level 1, 2, and 3 specialty classes, up to $25,000 of credit, $14,000 of bonus is for you. We're going to go through the 18 books in 3 days. From there, we're going to teach you to play, normally $10,000. It is discounted to $49.99. All right, if you want that. If all you want is the classes online for the 3 days, it's $1,000 a day. It's my last and final boot camp I'm going to do in my life, because I'm keeping my promise to my wife. She's Colombian. She reminds me they invented the Colombian necktie. And you don't want to look at that. So anyway, I'm not going to piss her off. So I'm keeping my promise. This is your last chance to spend a boot camp with me in my life, period. From here, it's a Zelle, now. Put a deposit. If no deposit, You're not going to be there. You're not going to be online too. Ray Reynolds Millionaire Member, simple. What are we going to do? 6 months boot camp. From there, I get to interview you, which means I'm going to inventory you. We're going to make sure we design your blueprint based on your personal and business goals. 6 months. We're going to Zoom every 2 weeks. February 13, 2023 is for Zoom for you. From there, I'm calling you weekly. From there, classes. Level 1, 2, and 3 in specialty. Start February 1st. You want these classes now and tomorrow and this week, you got to put a deposit now. No deposit? It's not going to happen for you. Up to $100,000 of credit, and I teach you how to daisy chain it to the 5 divisions as well, or more, up to $5 million. So the goal is very simple. It's a 6-month boot camp. You're stuck with me. It's normally a $35,000 boot camp, discounted to 10. You can pay in full, say 10%. You can make $5,000 down, 5 payments of $1,000. But again, you're getting setting the tone 3 days for free as a bonus. And it's my last and final one. I haven't done this one for 10 years. I don't plan on doing it again. So you need a deposit now. If you don't want bonus classes and credit, if you just want the 6 months, it's $5,000 down, 5,000 payments, save 10%, or $999 down and $1,000 a month for 4 months. Up to you again. This is a broadcast price only through me. From there in the Zelle, you put what you Zelle for in the message. The goal at the end of the day is, what are you willing to lose? Family, I swore I'd never get married, ever. Being used and abused as a kid sucks. Unless I knew how not to bring the pain home. So I designed everything I designed. Corporation, they sue it, they tend to sue you. Corporation have divisions, the line of defense. We play chess today, guess what happens? We both lose both pieces on both sides. But at the end of the day, we both get checkmate. Step 23. There's the goal. From there, 5 referrals that sign up to $10,000 of credit. The goal is to reach the dream. Think to be the impossible. I've done it all my life. I like making millionaires out of corporations and divisions and training people to be a certified CFO. That's the truth. That's the goal. Let me add you to my credit system. What does that do? I get to analyze you and teach you how to get the American dream. Not hard to do. From here today, never have joint credit. Makes no sense. From there, buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, trust. A corporation. All right, I don't understand what people call every day, and they spend thousands of dollars for a piece of paper, didn't learn diddly squat, and the paper's actually free. You pay a little filing fee. Divisions, line of defense, real estate, franchise, current business, and set up the line of defense. Ray's Rules gives credit as a bonus for one reason. To take away your excuses, you can finance the business and write it all off, and you can achieve the American dream. That's going to be up to you to follow through today too. So you got a chance to Zelle, step number 24. So there, 750 score. There's the goal. Remember, I want to rebuild you and repackage you. Wrap a rescore. $4.99, 5 card back to you? It's ridiculous. You don't have to be a sheep. You never had to. All right, when you pay for a corporation from an attorney, CPA, and incorporating service, I'm sorry, you don't learn diddly squat. You might want to think about the corporations are free, pay a little filing fee. See, even in California, they're free till this year of June. Your choice is up to you. You don't have to be a sheep. You can learn for yourself. Starter package, $9.99, 5,000 credit back to you while I rebuild your life for 90 days and I hold your hand personally. Okay? The goal is simple. Millionaire in the making, $24.99, $25,000 of cash credit back to you. Bonuses for you, and all you do is Zelle, and stick with me for 90 days as I rebuild you. Right? Every corporation, every person should be a corporate millionaire. Banks and grocery stores and cities do this in front of you. You can use divisions or subsidiaries, but you can stop bringing the pain home. You can learn to be a certified CFO. And on top of that, you can reprogram your brain into millionaire status. Start looking behind the curtain, please. We do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. The end of the day is, remember, we have a choice to step up or have excuses. So the day, all right, step 25, you have the ability to Zelle now, If not, call the office, 800-510-3338. We do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And we never forget at the end of the day, God loves us all.